Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful night or day, depending on where you live at. And tonight, we're gonna continue the amazing evaluation of all the monster girls of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. And last time, we left it as it is on screen. We still have a ton more to evaluate tonight, so hopefully we can get a bunch done this beautiful evening. And with that out of the way, hey Tora, welcome to the stream, and for those looking behind the scenes, welcome as well. So, again, the same rules apply. I can only have up to 5 on the S tier, the ultimate supreme final tier of the list. So far we have 3, so maybe there's gonna be some competition going on from this point onward. And again, another disclaimer, I am pretty biased about certain traits of my waifus, so yes, it's gonna be all my opinion, and feel free to agree or disagree. This is all just me, okay? Alright, let's take a look at the next girl, and that's gonna be the Hakutaku. One sec. There she is, and some info about her, as usual from these streams. A race of sagacious beastmen who possess such vast knowledge that they are said to be experts on everything. As teachers, they are of the finest caliber, and there are too many examples to name of pupils who went on to become well-known scholars or sorcerers. After obtaining full knowledge of the man who will become their husband, they will use their own body as material to provide personal instructions on how to deal with a monster. So yeah, if you are into, yes please, teacher, sensei, give me after school lessons, this is gonna be your girl. Not only can they obtain information for those they touch, but also have the power to impart their knowledge and share it with the ones they touch. By using this ability, all the knowledge they possess is passed down from parent to child. So yeah, they can just transfer their knowledge. They have both brains and boobas, so what else is there to ask about them? So they're pretty much skilled in everything. They have some pretty nice bodies, and they're sexy cow-esque teachers, so I'm gonna put them on the A tier. They're almost there. Almost at the very top, but I don't know, they like just a little bit something else. Still, pretty good, pretty solid waifu there. Next up is gonna be the Harpy, the classic, the flying chicken everyone knows. It is showing on the screen, alright. I mean, you know them, I know them too. They're the big birdies. But just in case, let's read some of their info. Most of them have bright, cheerful personalities, actively calling out to humans passing through mountain roads, carrying people's baggage, and so they also have good relation with humans. But when mating season comes around, it suddenly is a different story. In the spirit, they change into typical monsters, assaulting human men. They try to milk their goo and conceive children. Their focus becomes all about having sex with men, and it's the driving force behind their behavior. So yeah, they're super friendly until it's horny time. Then they're gonna extract all your goo, my dude. Anything else that should be here? That's it. It's pretty much what we know about harpies. I mean, you can't go wrong with a harpy, especially when the season comes in. So I'm gonna put them on a B, just because they're pretty changing personality. I don't think they're that up there, but still good. Still very good. Okay, next up should be the Hellhound. Wait, cats. Calm down, guys. Do not play too rough. Okay. The Hellhound. Let me get some info here. It is a hound monster that has dark skin and fur and burning eyes. There are fierce hounds that have durable, powerful body that's always burning uncontrollably with exceeding desire. And they have a severely ferocious disposition like hellfire. Unlike other wolf monsters, they are regarded as being absolutely untamable by humans. As far as they are concerned, a human is weak, fragile being that they should force into submission as their own mate. For example, even if a man stronger than them were to appear, the only thing on their mind will be how to break the male before them into submission and make him their own. They will never even consider obeying a male. So yeah, it is your spicy doggy that won't behave, and she will just scratch your curtains and bite your couch, and you can't do anything about it. You can't control them. They will always want to be on top, and that's not too bad because look at that, she's literally pretty hot. In that regard, it may be a little bit too much for a B, but still a solid C just because of the theme. Where you know you shouldn't, but still you're gonna do it. Yep, that's a solid C for sure. It could be almost a B just because of the feral nature. Okay, next up is a high orc. Is it showing on? Yes, it is. Big booba, by the way. Nice. Okay, let's get some lore in. High orc. Beastmen having the characteristic of a boar, they are a higher rank variety of orc. Despite their thick-headed appearance, they possess both superhuman strength and quick wits. Their specialty is charging, and by doing so, they can easily send a crowd of people flying. Even heavily armored knights will be knocked into the air. They are the leaders who command hordes of orcs that gang up before mobilizing. High orc's body produces a peculiar odor. Oh, we're starting with the smelly wangi. Its whole status is Earth's tier. Also, hello, hey, Robbie Shoulder, welcome! We are gonna get to the whole star quite soon, so we'll see. Okay, they are smelly. They get a whiff of it, intoxicates them, and excites their lust, transforming the big beastmen into brave and ferocious warriors. Wow, the den is pervaded by the choking feminine stench of the high orc. Sweaty, smelly waifu. Paladin-ko, welcome! Quite poignant indeed. When defeated by men, contrary to their violent and belligerent personalities, even the high orcs themselves will become self-conscious of being female and surrender their body and heart. They undergo a physiological transformation, becoming cerebral and subservient, so that they take pleasure in being having the sex with their partner, and the body also transforms into soft, wobbly flesh that exists only for their partner's pleasure. I can't say certain words that are in here, so I'm trying to go around them saying something else. Just so YouTube doesn't catch up and smacks me. According to their husbands, their body odor can be quite addictive, and during sex, the men spend a while sniffing their body odor to arouse themselves and achieve a maximal arousal. Yeah. Okay, there are your big, mommy, smelly waifu. If you're into smell and sweaty girls, you know, it would be good. I'm gonna put them on a C because while I may be quite curious about smell, it may be ending up being really strong or really stenchy, and that maybe not good. Or it may be good, I don't know. It's just I know I shouldn't, however. Seems fitting. Next up is the Hinesumi. Give me one sec, let me get the info here. Hinesumi. A mouse monster native to the Mist Continent. They have a coat of bright red flames and can tolerate intense heat without burning. They are overly confident and pugnacious, having a disposition almost as intense as fire. Their flames ignite the hearts of those exposed to them, arousing their fighting spirit. Even in the case of winning a battle with a man, they'll mostly be satisfied with just that and live. However, in case that the man wins, his fighting spirit that had been ignited by the flames will then change into lust that burns with just as much intensity and will be direct towards them. If that happens, a man will end up giving in to his burning urges and start copulating. War is their weak point. The flames of their coat temporarily weaken and their color change, growing wither. After obtaining a husband, their flames increase in intensity and can no longer be weakened by water or the essence of another man. The only thing that can extinguish them is their husband essence. Okay, if you're into fighting and you think you can win yourself a waifu in a combat. RGB waifu, yeah. Just add water to get funny colors. I don't know, I don't like fighting, so I'm gonna put them on a D because as much as I think they're cute, they're not for me. I don't like fighting at all. Anyway, next up, Hobgoblin. Is it showing up? It is. Look at that. It's Goblin 2.0. Let's see. Info. Hobgoblins. A mutated variant of the goblin that has a part of his body extremely fattened up. And guess which part that is, guys? Their unique characteristic is the huge breast, which isn't seen among goblins. That is, they differ from the goblins, which stop growing and have small features in only one way. Their breasts are enlarged. Okay, Mega Dingus drew this cutie before, really? I gotta check that just to make sure you're telling the truth. And only that. Their personalities are still childish, just like goblins, but they tend to be more spaced out. Somehow they give off a more carefree vibe. As if goblins weren't carefree enough, you gotta get extra carefree with them. The birth of one of them is very much celebrated. Also, hey, car outside, you are pretty loud, so hopefully you won't catch up on my microphone. Because a large portion of their body robs them of nutrients, they're often even slower in the head than normal goblins. I knew it. No nutrients into their brain, all into their booba, just like me. So I can relate. However, they do have brute strength, far beyond that of a goblin. Wow, they're really loud. Give me 1 second, I gotta close my window, because if they continue like this, I won't be able to keep going. Alright, hopefully that will take care of that sound somehow. Anyway, yeah, hobgoblins, they're pretty cute. And, what else is there? Their breasts are very sensitive, so they can experience intense pleasure just by rubbing them against a man's body. For that reason, when their breasts are touched by a man, pleasure attacks them like a current of electricity coursing through their body. Just having them grow and rub will induce enough waves of pleasure to bring them to climax again and again. So yeah, that's their weak point too. Yeah, if they start swinging at you, just evade and hold on to them. You'll be safe. Hey, Abakirbe, welcome! Rubbish soldier would smash. Yeah, that big mace is for smashing. So yeah, they're your air-headed short waifu with huge strength. And I'm gonna put them, I think, on the A tier. Because if goblins are B, it's only fair that they should be an A tier. You're not gonna get much from them other than Booba and whatnot, but it is good, solid Booba. Alright, next up, there it is, that's your favorite, guys, I know it. The whole star. And I know you guys know there are pretty much cowgirls, but let's read the info. A beastman monster that has the characteristics of a cow and a peculiar black and white fur. Oh, I can't read tonight, I'm so distracted. It is a subspecies of minotaur, and through the process of evolution, their value in nature have subsided. They're not deep thinkers, and they're spaced out much of the time. Okay, another airhead waifu. Other than when they eat or have sex, they mostly sleep. A wild star is always looking for a man to become their husband. And once she's found a man she likes, she lives with him in a human settlement or nearby area. They respect the will of their husbands, so even if you turn her down, it won't be a problem. However, while they may be docile, they're still monsters that possess an inhuman amount of desire. Continue to ignore them for too long and eventually they won't be able to take it anymore. If this happens, these docile monsters will turn ferocious and attack their husband, forcibly having intercourse with him, and they won't become docile again until all the pent-up sexual desire has been satisfied. So yeah, just take care of your cows and they won't go into a horny rampage. Even if they haven't given birth, they can still produce milk from their breast. Not only this milk is highly nutritious and delicious, it also has a stamina boosting effect. And demand is high among both humans and monsters, so it's a fast selling commodity. Jokes on the Encyclopedia, I'm just into that. I'm into that too. Alright. So you get a lovely airhead waifu, you get free milkies. I think we can put her on an S tier. Yeah, there are no downsides as long as you take good care of her. Or no downsides either if you're into being the bottom of the relationship. Anyway, thank you, cowgirl. Let's move on to the honeybee. It's an info. Whole stars are just absolute wins. You can't go wrong with a cow. Anyway, honeybee. Bug-type monsters that have an enormous hive and live in groups centered around a queen bee. The honeybees, whose role is to gather nectar from flowers and Alraune for food, are called worker bees. Men they like are taken back to the nest as candidates for the queen's husband. A man the queen takes a liking to will then become their husband, but those unselected will be taken into possession by the workers' bees that brought them in. Okay, you're gonna be enslaved by the queen or the workers, depending on how much they like you. The worker bees are incapable of reproduction. They're still monsters and they strongly desire to have sex with men. So they won't release a man the leg that they brought back themselves. Men who become their possession are taken back into their own rooms that exist within the hive. Every night after finishing work, they have sex with a man and enjoy a sweet time. So you become the husband wife in their relationship. Milky and Guinea from interspecies reviewers are goldy cowgirl designs, just saying. They are very powerful. If only Aloe wasn't above them just a little bit, in my opinion. I just like Aloe's personality a lot. That's why she's my top on that show. The cowgirls are pretty close, though. Anyway, they are your honey, sticky, gooey worker waifus if you are into bees. And I know some people are gonna sing that song again, so... I don't know, I may want to go outside every now and then and not spend my life in a hive. So I'm gonna put them on a D. Because they are cute. They are kinda hot, but it is a little bit of a trade-off to try your freedom for honey wife. Anyway, next up it is the wasp. Oh no, it's not a wasp, it's a hornet, sorry. So this is gonna be Honeybee 2.0. It's hip, indeed. Large bug-type monsters, even among the bee family. Just like the other bee family monsters, they make nests and live in groups centered around the queen. Their disposition is extremely ferocious and they fly around in search of prey and human men through the day. The stinger on their abdomen can be used to inject lewd venom that incites sexual arousal. Perhaps because they've always got this lewd venom stored in their abdomen, they are often unbearably horny and they're dying to have sex. Okay. So they're gonna spot you, they're gonna capture you, sting you, and snooze you. And once they've had their fill, in the case that the queen is unmarried, the man will take him back to the nest as the candidate. A man luckily chosen by the queen will get to spend his life being snooze-snoot by the queen every day. Interesting. In case the queen has a husband, there's no longer a need for them to bring back men. But in that case, they can just skip the whole selection process and do as they please with the men they capture. They get along badly with the honeybees for the same bee family, and they can often be seen fighting over the same men. Okay, they're just bees, more aggressiveness and more snoozing. Still, maybe above the honeybee, because they're more curvy and have more booba. But still the same risk of being trapped in the queen's chamber forever. Anyway, good stuff. Let's move on to Hori. And that's a cutie angel. Let's see what the encyclopedia says. And sex. Ore wa sexu shinju wa ne. Sexu shinju ja ne. Hori. Lower rank angels that serve the goddess of love, Eros. So these are the babies below the cupids we saw before, I think. Their hearts are filled with overflowing love. Their personalities are kind and gentle, and they have a sweet disposition. When they notice a man exhibiting enduring virtues or performing good deeds, almost like a maiden in love, the love they direct towards their future partner continues to swell. If they descend to earth under the goddess' commandment, they will become the man's wife and take care of all his needs. Huh. So if you're a good neat otaku hikikomori, you may get lucky and the goddess will send you a brand new angel waifu. Sex is one of the acts that they hold in greatest reverence. They are regarded as eternally newly wedded brides. They are passionate towards their husband. For example, even if they end up having sex on a daily basis, the joy and palpitation and embarrassment, I'm sorry about that. The joy and ecstasy induced will be as if it were their first time having sex. So it will be the first time every single time. The excitement will never end. Alright. Alright. Okay, if you get lucky and you have been a good boy or girl, you can get your own waifu sent from heaven. In that regard, I'm gonna put them on a B, I think. Yeah, that seems fitting for them. It is not the very best of the best in my opinion, but you can't complain about getting sent a waifu. I came for monster girls, yeah. We're here for all the monster girls. Okay, moving on. Next up, it is the egg. Amazing, it's just an egg. Alright, Encyclopedia, tell me about Humpty egg. It is a variant of the slime unique to Wonderland. Men who wander into Wonderland may find big eggs suddenly dropping in front of them from above. These are Jabjab eggs. If a human man approaches before they're hatched, they won't be able to stand waiting to be born, and they change into another kind of monster while it's still an egg. They are divided into two parts: a slimy yellow yolk with the form of a very young girl, and surrounded and covered with a white slime with a high degree of transparency. They are in heat even before they're born, because, perhaps for this reason their mental structure is different from that of an ordinary slime. They will use their body parts to seize human, bind them, and copulate. I mean, if you're into foot play, you may get something from this. It's gonna be a really messy sex for sure. So yeah, what else can we check from here? They shake their hips, okay. First thing they do is have the sex, alright. Slime jelly that can be collected from their yolk parts has a flavor and tastes similar to eggs used for food. It's very nourishing, it has nutritional fortification effects. It says they do not divide, instead they are the rare slimes that lay eggs. Alright. In that regard, they're mostly feral slimes that are there for you to nut in and then eat the yolk, I guess. In that regard, I'm gonna put them on a D, because that's basically what they are there for. Just your morning breakfast and sex and move on. Anyway, next up, I like the design. It's pretty good, but it needs more than just big slime. And so, who is this cutie? It is called the... Give me one sec. The Ice Queen. Ooh, the legendary Ice Queen herself. Powerful monsters who govern the world of snow and ice, living ice palaces in the deepest parts of the mountain that people don't approach. Their existence is what causes the snowy region to be covered in snow and ice. The cold air they cover themselves in is so overwhelmingly severe that it even freezes their own heart, causing them to lose interest in men and feel no love or desire for men. Colder than a supermodel stare at all you can eat buffet. Yeah. Let me just read. Men and monsters who experience their feelings of isolation and loneliness from the cold weather they cause will whisper of love and become physically intimate to bury those feelings. So when you approach them, the cold air that they cover themselves in becomes more severe the closer one gets to them, and just standing in front of them causes one to be assailed by such a coldness that is like being wrapped in a bundle of ice. And this brings out the feelings of loneliness and isolation, as well as the feeling of emptiness that freezes the heart. Even monsters that inhabit the snow countries must be held with their husband while confirming each other's love, but they cannot even stand before the queen. Okay, that's kinda wholesome in a weird way. You feel so cold and isolated that you need to approach someone else to remind yourself that you are being loved. Men approaching an ice queen will first be taken by the other monsters before one is finally able to meet her, and an ice queen will rarely ever have the opportunity to really realize the true nature of that which stirs her heart through a first-hand experience. So you gotta beat all the other ice monsters before you can approach the queen. That is without falling into her aura of isolation. If a man actually does manage to reach them, his heart will have already been frozen and become empty, unable to do anything but cling to the queen before his eyes and lacking even the composure to hesitate. He will seek to copulate with the queen in pursuit of warmth. Yep, that's actually true, guys. If you're freezing and you're about to die from pneumonia or whatever, just have sex with the closest thing you have and you'll be fine. Once the man's lips touch hers, a huge change will come over her. The drop of essence poured in with the saliva from the man will be totally unlike the cold essence she had been stealing until then, and it would course through the queen's heart along with a definitive warmth. Their ice energy is so incredibly powerful that even if it has been thawed by their husband, their heart can easily get frozen again. However, a queen knows the rapture of being thawed by her husband, and even if her heart reverts to a state of being unable to accept anything else, the only thing she won't be able to forget is her feelings for her husband. Oh, cute. So she will revert back to being cold, but she sees her husband and she will be again pretty cutie and all that. It is pretty risky because they're kinda already hard to reach. But in that regard, if we can melt her heart, that can only mean a bee is feeding a hot steamy embrace to thaw her cold and evil heart. Speaking of hot things, next up is the Ignis. Give me one sec. Ignis, a fire elemental born from concentrated fire elements that became a monsterized elemental after being corrupted by demonic energy. They are violent like a raging flame, have an unfussy disposition with a lack of regard for minor details. Wow, I can't read tonight. The flames that cover their bodies will not burn those who touch them, and as long as they are not feeling disposition to attack. When they find a man they like, they embrace him with their arms covered in flames, causing the man to desire them. At the same time, the lost that have been smoldering within will flare up violently, and they will have hot, wild sex like a flame while binding a covenant. Alright. What else can we get from here? Okay, the sex will become so hot and violent that they will be unable to resist it. They will become ferocious monsters that attack and ravish their partner according to those urges. Alright. I like the design, and they at least if you don't bother them, you would be kinda safe, so the mist does some burns, so it should be a C. I know I shouldn't, however, it might be a pretty good experience. Alright, next up is the Imp. Did it change? It did change, good. One sec, I forgot to close this window. I don't need it, thank you. The Imp. It is a demon native to the demon realm. They have adopted a lifestyle of the succubi, feeding off the essence of human men. They are extremely lustful. And what else do we have here? Their personalities are so simple they are comparatively easier to deal with, and from the ancient times they have often been used as familiar by sorcerers and witches. In the case of male sorcerers, forming a contract and employing an imp by periodically offering the essence they fed on is a simple affair. Alright, that can be your first familiar if you start doing magic stuff. Okay, do not give them a lot of essence or else they will become less and less inclined towards doing as they are told. Because their magic essence will increase, their relationship between master and minion will be reversed. So yeah, you gotta be careful of not overfeeding them. It's like the gremlins. They are arc imps too. Alright. Pretty basic stuff. Just gotta be careful to not feed them your good too much. And you should be fine. And they can make you eggs for breakfast in the morning and do your laundry, I guess. So a bee seems fitting. Just for the kind of servitude they provide to you. Next up, it is... Oh, we're starting with the floof. Inari. Give them the D. Got them. Got it. Yeah. Give them the D, just not too much D. It is a monster with the characteristics of a fox that only inhabits the lands of Zipangu. They live in forests and mountains, but many also transform into people and live in human settlements. They are well behaved, they almost never assault humans and are very friendly towards people. Alright. Many men have been captivated by them, choosing to become a married couple and live together. Oh. Mofo alert, I'm gonna mofo those tails. They are extremely lustful. For the most part, they don't assault their husbands if they are not in the mood, but they will tempt them to incite desire and use whatever excuse they can to initiate sex. Sex.exe. Their tails are a symbol of their demonic energy, and by absorbing essence through having sex with a man, they are able to store up demonic energy until they increase it to a maximum of 9. Those with many tails are unable to contain their immense demonic energy inside their bodies and will continuously leak out. There are masters at controlling demonic energy though, unlike the Joku, which haphazardly releases its demonic energy all around. Yeah, 6. Alright, they are well-behaved kitsunes, if you were to say. Because there are many subspecies of them, apparently. And this is one of the most well-behaved. And they're not gonna assault you or anything, and they're gonna behave quite well as a wife. And you have a lot of tails to mofu, so I'm gonna put them on an A. They're almost there on the S tier, but I think the A fits them. Alright, next up is this ghost lady. What's this? Itan Moment. A bizarre monster inhabiting the Zipangu region that has a cotton-like body. They floated in the sky. It is very difficult to tell what they are thinking. They may attack when they spot human men. When they fly up to a man on a whim, they will bind him by wrapping around him with their clothed body. Oh, they're floating clothes. Interesting. At glance, it looks like they only have a body of thin cloth, but as soon as their clothes coils around and clings to something, it makes the outline of an alluring woman body emerge from on the side. The sensory organs and so on and on their clothed part. The cloth has such an exquisite feel to it that men who are their husbands anonymously claim that they spontaneously get the urge to rub cheeks with them. Okay, it's gonna be the best fabric you're gonna ever feel around you. So if you are into cloth sex, I guess this is for you. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's basically it. Just floating spirits of cloth and fabric. I mean, they're cute. They're not gonna do anything bad to you, and you may like the feeling of the fabric on your skin. So yeah, sure, a bee seems good. They're not gonna get any better than that though. They're not up there up to maximum waifu material. Just cotton. Anyway, next up. Wow. I like this. I like what? Who are you? Jabberwock. A kind of dragon peculiar to Wonderland. They are high-ranking monsters who possess powerful bodies and high intelligence. Okay. Wonderland dragons. Their minds are tainted and full of sexual thoughts due to the Queen of Hearts. They have sharp claws that can easily tear through steel and powerful legs that can shake an entire area if they kick the ground. They will use their strength solely for gently embracing men, snoozing them and shaking their hips. Okay, their high intellect superior to that of humans is used just to determine how to improve sex, and they desire to always be painted in white goo and pleasure. They take pride in it. They're not really that embarrassed, unlike the regular dragons. Okay, if deemed worthy as a male, a man can subdue them. However, in their case, unlike the original race, they have no interest in simple military prowess. It's better to express your interest frankly. You can confess love, or just tell them up front you want sex. Okay. Hey, you, sex, now. It's more effective if you get a massive standing up pinga upon seeing them without waiting for them to attack, showing up your unrestrained desire. And poke them with your pinga and they will be right into it. Okay. Anything else? No, they're just very, very horny dragons that will do anything for that white goo. Alright. You know what? They're kinda cute, and I'm gonna get biased again because they have huge wings and huge claws, and I like the color scheme. They are better than dragons in many ways, so yeah, that's a solid A. Do not discuss it and just mate impressed right away. Anyway, next up it is a Giangshi. Yeah, a Giangshi. Okay, you know them, they are basically symbols with the talisman on their head. Okay, there is no decomposition through their bodies. They're super strong. They excel at martial arts. Their body is pretty stiff though, so they're still gonna move by hopping. Their intelligence is so high that there are even some individuals that can use magic. Okay, they do pin their victims down and extract their goo because they still need to feed. Also be careful of their fingernails because they have a toxin that can induce a temporary state of paralysis. If you're into zombos, well, these are the girls for you. And they are smart zombos, so Okay, about the talisman. The talisman is stuck to their forehead. It's called a spirit recalling talisman. And by sticking it to a corpse, it is possible to bind the spirit to a corpse. Or call the spirit back to a corpse further by drawing in demonic energy from the surroundings at the same time. If you modify the characters written in the talisman, it can have so many different effects on the Jiangshi. If good words are written on the talisman, it can cause them to express themselves in a more indecent and lustful, monster-like manner. By writing their husband's name, one can make it so that they recognize their companion and owner more deeply. Interesting. So yeah, smart zombos. If you're into zombos and all that kind of stuff, then they are for you. It is still pretty dangerous that they can paralyze you with their nails, but maybe you can reason with them, so it is better than a C tier, I think. A B seems fitting, sure. Alright, next up, it is the big clawy cat lady. It's called a Jinko. Jinko. They're a beastmen with the characteristic of a tiger, yeah. They're fighters with boundless courage who are strong of body and pure of mind. But when he hit, their monster blood awakens and their bodies flush. They aggressively seek men with the intent to indulge in pleasure. What else? No matter how strong and pure a mind they possess, they are still monsters, and once they get a taste of a female's pleasure, they are never able to forget it. Interesting. Once their body belongs to one beloved male, having the goo poured inside and being perganate prego sauce brings them the greatest happiness as a female. Okay. What else? Yeah, just big tiger cats getting hit every now and then, and they'll search for a mate to maybe babies with. Alright, Jinko, I think you should be on a C. You're not up there yet, but it should be quite fun playing prey and hunter. Alright, next up it is the jar girl. Who are you? Okay, give me 1 sec, I'm gonna open my window because my cats wanna look outside. And back. Let's learn about jars, shall we? It is called Gene of the Jar. It is a mirror that copies jars and commonly inhabits towers and old castles. They wait for prey to come in. They won't attack until someone looks into the jar. Genes nail the victims into the jar. There's no way to protect against this effect, making them much more dangerous than a chest mimics. Welcome back to the stage of history. Thank you. When sucked inside, there is a special expanse of space, and it's impossible to escape without borrowing the gene's power. There is no place for a man to run, but even in that situation, they will not actively attack. And that's because they're pretty much shy in nature. So they will capture you, and then they are gonna cast a charm spell on them. Just to get over their shyness. It is extremely easy to suppress them. Their magic, including both the inhalation spell and the charm spell, is powered using the large jar around her hips. So you have two methods of dealing with the jar. One is throw something inside the jar where one of them is hidden, and that will cause them to jump out, resulting in them being in a state of without the jar. The other method is to throw the jar and shatter it. The jar they had in is linked to the one around their hips. However, the gene of the jar becomes just like a regular girl after losing the jar, and doing so will cause her to break into tears. So most people will probably find it to be unconscionable. Okay, do not throw the jar girl, please. They don't deserve that. They're dangerous in the regard that they're gonna trap you, but they will release you after that, so... They're not that bad of a mimic, I think, and they're kinda easy to deal with too, so... A bee seems fine. Alright, next up it is the Jorogumo. Pretty nice leggy spider sexy mummy. It is a variety of the arachnid that inhabits the Zipango region. They mimic that change into human form and live in human settlements, so they are shapeshifters through a level 2. They have a gentle disposition, which is rare among the bad-tempered arachnid, and a few of them assault people against their will. They are friendly towards humans, especially towards men who are their type. Oh. They seduce men by flirting with an attitude akin to that of a prostitute. I guess I can say that on YouTube, that's fine. They're not very dangerous monsters, but this is only the face during the daytime. At night, their disposition is very different. They approach men with their day face, and men who are seduced by them during the day will be overjoyed to have them at their side. Upon night, they reveal their night faces. They bind men with their threads created by their body and give in to their sadistic nature. Unilaterally snoozing a man repeatedly until the break of dawn, or until they pass out from exhaustion. Okay, if one still has the willpower to resist even after tasting their night face and is confident about his stamina, then he should have sex with them while they're in their gentle day phase, and conversely, unilaterally attack them. If one keeps this up every day, eventually masochism will take root in their hearts, and the time they spend showing their night face will gradually reduce. Okay, if you overpower them with your desire and do not keep up during the snooze nighttime, you can overpower them, and then the roles will switch. They also make clothes with their own threads, so... Alright, I can take this. You're gonna need a lot of stamina to switch roles with them, but once you do, I think it is worthy. And they're not as bad as the arachnid themselves, I think. So yeah, they're even higher than the other spider girl here. So overall a good leggy waifu. Next up, it is the Jabjab. Alright, it is the Jabjab. Wow, look at those fluffy wings. It is a harpy unique to Wonderland that are said to always be in heat. They retain the friendly personality of the harpy, however their heads are full of nothing but thoughts of copulating with men. So they are horny mode every single day, and they are not gonna get aggressive like their harpy counterpart. They're just gonna be super friendly and super horny. Let me read some more. They have soft bodies. Yeah, those are wings look super soft. Yeah, their fluffy plumage is specialized into making men feel nice when they're having his body around. They're having their body wrapped in their wings. They have difficulty flying for long periods of time. Okay, they don't fly as much as the harpies, but I mean, look at those. They look so fluffy. I wanna sleep on those wings. They look so fluffy. While sleeping or moving, they try to not separate from their husband. They only do so when they have no choice but to fly or when laying eggs. I don't know. I think despite the horny nature they have, they are super cute and they are quite lovely. I also need to touch those wings. I'm gonna put them up there. I can't give them any other rating. I am a sucker for fluffy things. They are the prime harpy, indeed. Anyway, moving on. Wait, there you go. Oh, monkey girl. Who are you? Let's see. Kakuen. They're from the Mist Continent. They have a huge butt. They live in the mountains. They leap around with their light body. They're the closest to human. Yeah, I can kind of tell why. They are highly intelligent. But they have a rough disposition and arrogant personality, and they're pretty selfish. They're lustful and curious too. Yeah, they're also the kind of that will kidnap humans to snooze them. Okay. Do you have monkey sex with them? They become a prisoner of pleasure once they get a taste of their husband with their body. They'll become unable to think of anything but mating with their husband. Once they smell you, they are gonna get horny again. Wow. Okay, if you like monkey sex, then they are for you. They're kinda cute, but I don't think I can keep the tempo with them. So maybe I see. They're kinda tempting, but I don't know if I would stick around. A little bit better than the D, but still. Alright, next up. Who is next? Oh, it's a trio of girls. Kamaitachi. They move at blindingly fast speeds and appear along with a whirlwind. They have the power to generate winds with sickles made from hard parts of their fur covering their arms. They are always together as a trio. Each of the three has different special characteristics. When they spot a man, the first one with the most strength springs at him and knocks them down, sealing their movement. The one with the sharpest sickles uses her wings to slash up the man's body and the clothing that is in the way. Even if a man were wearing armor, it would turn to shreds. His wounds do not hurt or even bleed, but the parts that were cut feel hot and start throbbing. Ooh. They're touching the acupuncture points for lewdness with their cutting wings. Cool. And then the one with the most dexterous fingers drops medicine into the man's laceration in a gentle manner. Oh. They alleviate their fear and tension, providing a sense of ease. Okay. At least they're healing your wounds. This medicine, a secret medicine handed down among the Kamaitachi, is made from a concentration of the demonic energy of the three of them. Oh, it is also an aphrodisiac, I can see now. The three attack the man aroused and copulate, tasting and sucking the man's body and as they please. Okay. What else? While one is having sex, the other two may get dinner done and finish preparing the bed, so they can also be seen in a manner befitting of a Sipangu monster. So you get a triple waifu in this regard. Each of them will get a pregonate at the same time, and all three will give birth to triplets, so it's said that they always form a trinity no matter what the circumstances. Okay, if you want a triple waifu and want to have 9 babies after their meeting, then sure, go for it. I'm struggling here if I put them into a B or into a C. And they're gonna take good care of you, but yeah, let's give them a B. Why not? A B should be enough for them. They're not up there because I like their designs, but I don't think they have a better design than any of the other above. And you gotta commit to having a triple waifu with you. Alright, next up is the Kappa. Let's see. The classic cucumber eater. Okay, they live in marshes and rivers through the land of Sipangu. They have green skin and carries around dish-like object on their heads. Okay, it's probably just the same lore as the Kappa, I think. Pepsi Man with the sauce face. Okay. Most of them are mischievous and have strong-willed personality, but they aren't really violent. Kappa children often intermingle and play with human children. They like to play sumo with children too. They are monsters, and as far as they're concerned, the children they meet are just like future husbands. Through their socialization with human children, they unconsciously decide who they will have as their husband. Alright. They're gonna be your childhood friend that becomes your wife at the end of the anime. Yeah, once they grow, they're gonna target you and they're gonna follow you and pin you down and do this news move with you. When they're wet, their physical abilities increase. The dish is their weak point. If it dries up, not only will they lose strength, but they'll also become extremely sensitive to stimulation. So you can play an Uno reversal card if you drain that water out of the dish. Alright. I like Kappas. I don't see anything wrong with them. So IB seems fitting. They're not that special compared to the other ones, but they're a solid option, especially if you're into childhood friends, I guess. And remember, kids, when you are playing outside, invite the Kappa in so you can have a guaranteed waifu. Next up is big tongue. Karakasa-obake. Yeah, I guess they're gonna just be the same as the Karakasas, so... They became monsters after gaining life and sentience from absorbing enough demonic energy over time. They use it to be tools, but gain a life of their own. They have a strong desire to be used by the human males who own them regardless of how they were treated. Those who were handled with care or were used cruelly and thrown away have an equal chance of becoming a Tsukumogami and seek to be with their owner. Okay. They turn into beautiful women. They use their tongue to seize them and draw them close. A lubricating fluid that increases their response to stimulation is secreted from the tongue. Those who became Tsukumogami after being handled with care repay their owner's kindness with more than sexual favors. They often devotedly provide other services by taking care of his daily needs. I'm gonna start taking care of my umbrellas real good, so they help me later in life. The ones who were treated poorly, they attack men more often instead of being kind. They get lonely, though, so you gotta take good care of your umbrella. Alright, I like they're cute. The tongue may be a little bit intimidating. I'm gonna put them on a B. As long as you take good care of your umbrella, you're gonna get a devoted waifu that will protect you during rains and maybe do your laundry. Anyway, next up. And who is this cutie? Kejoro. Okay. They look like humans, but they have long, beautiful hair with an alluring charm that is inhuman. That is true. Also, that they cover their bubarinos with it. The hair is full of sex appeal and magical energy, and has the power to bewilder men. They can manipulate their hair at will. They absorb essence through their hair, so if you glue their hair, they're gonna get a free shampoo treatment for it. Eventually, the men who are attracted to their hair, they'll want to stroke it at any time, and ultimately they'll want to put their face in the hair and sniff its fragrance all day long. Jidori was with the super nerdy swirly glasses. These are my big thing glasses because we are analyzing these waifus. I need to look as smart as I can. This cutie though, yeah. She's very, very cute. They have a custom of cutting a lock of their hair off and handing it over as proof of their fidelity to their partner. So basically, if they give you their hair, you're pretty much wearing a wedding ring with them. So you gotta commit to your hair waifu if you're into that. I mean, I like hair. I like how the hair looks. I'm more of a short hair person, as you can see. I rather have my hair short as well, but they're cute, and that's what matters the most. Jidori is also cute. No, you cute. I don't. Anyway, moving on. Who are you? Are you a parent? The dark matter cousin or something? They're called Kefir. Give me one sec. I need to. I know skip it one, but it wasn't showing up on the slideshow. I'm gonna go back to the one I missed. Yes, Gino is cute. No, you. You are the cutest one. You chat are the cutest. Kefir. There are scabs that live in groups in the ruins of the desert region. They excel at manipulating demonic energy, and they have a habit of gathering demonic energy released by monsters, normally ordering sex, and rolling it into a spherical form, carrying it and storing it in the ruins of their home. So they are dung beetles, but with magical energy instead of poop. Imagine being cute. Couldn't be me. You guys are all cute, and you can't deny it. Hey, Oni, welcome to the stream. The man's body and lost stamina are restored and activated. Activate your nuts. And no matter how much he has sex with them, he never feels tired, never loses his erection, and never runs out of energy. Thanks to that magical sphere. By the time that all of the Kefir have learned the taste of the man who will be their master, the situation is the opposite of the way it was in the beginning. They will be at the mercy of the man, infinite lust, and become prisoners of the pleasure and essence given to them by the man. So if you manage to become the leader of them, you're gonna get an army of Kefirs. Kefir. Alright, you can have your own dung beetle army, but with magical energy. And they're gonna give you their Red Bull energy balls, so... You know what, they could be an A too. Yeah, they seem to be a good A tier. They're numerous, they can restore your energy at any time. And they'll follow you everywhere, so yeah. They don't have much of a personality, but that's why they're not S tier. DVC, give me your energy moment. Yeah, raise your dongers so I can recover my energy. Anyway, I missed the Kesaran-pasaran. Give me one second, I need to pull the image from the folder. Streamlabs, thank you. Oh, it's because of the format, I think. In one sec. Yes, change extension of the file. There you go. Kesaran-pasaran. It's a plant-type monster that's covered in white balls of fur or fluff. They are light and move through the air. If you catch one, it is said to bring about happiness, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna bring something else. They are powerful hallucinogenic compounds that are extremely dangerous to people. Ooh. Do not touch the fluff. Now what was that again? That level from Joshi? Touch Fuzzy, get dizzy. This is pretty much it. They descend towards him and scatter fluff in pollen form so that they will breathe in. Afterwards, they seek intercourse with the man for their own nourishment and to become able to produce seeds. Okay, I'm looking at another pic here, and they are small. There's a pic in the encyclopedia that the guy is holding her with one hand, and they are size fairy kinda. So you can see where this is going to. They are very small. Whoa, what was that? Who dares to make sounds here? Nyasu donated 5. Why are you donating money? No! Whoa. Burgie funds. Thank you. I shall eat a burgie then. I'm gonna eat a burgie tomorrow for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nyasu. You are cute. But yeah, very small fluff balls that are pretty much on a hole sized, so yeah. little bit scary, but only for them, not for humans. Let's remove that. And I guess they won't do more than just use you to make seeds, so it's just a nut and go. Jidori Burgi moment, thank you. I love Burgis. Okay, let me check. Who's next? Oh, cute. It's called Kikimora. There are beastmen that serve human men and receive essence as reward. Oh, you have your own doggy made. It is their pleasure to treat the man they have their heart set on as their master and serve him. They can do any kind of housework, including cooking, laundry, and even cleaning. She is gaining super A points right now. She's so cute and so fluffy. They can tell their master's food preferences and personal tastes even if he doesn't tell them directly. They can read their mood and physical condition that day. They can even guess how much loss is spent up, and if their master wants, they lose their own body to perform obscene services and satisfy them at any given time. Ooh. Male aesthetic is a friend's absolute fave. Yeah, I am so weak against mates too. It's either mates or bunny girls. Those are my total weakness. Okay. More military services, more loot stuff that they will do at request. Their devotion is unwavering. In order to correct a man's lifestyle, they'll briskly take care of his every need. Interesting. Bunny girl Jidori, maybe someday. Maybe. An orderly life will be frequently interspersed with loot service and nightly sex. Alright. You know what? They are cute and I like the whole thingy. Although they're mostly mates in nature, and that's pretty much their character. Just your absolute mate. They're almost there. They're almost there at S. They need a little bit more personality, in my opinion. That's not just mate. Jade already is my favorite aesthetic. No, you gotta search for something else. Look at this list. You can find your aesthetic here. Don't stick to just me. You have a lot of things to look at that are way better. Anyway, who's next? Oh, Spirit Fox. What's this? Kitsune-hair. A monster covered in wavering flames, possessing the characteristics of a fox. They're born when vast amounts of condensed demonic energy and excessive loss from either Yoko or Inari takes shape and changes into a monster. So they're basically lost magic even form. They are clumps of pure powerful desire. They will have the urge to have sex with men and indulge in pleasure and essence. They have no real consciousness of sense or sense of self as individuals. Let's add Jidori to the list. No, I'm not a monster girl. I can't be there. Okay, they're basically just lost spirits. Alright. I guess they're not as dangerous as anything else, and they're still just basically magical energy, but there's no drawbacks with their nature, so maybe I see. Pale skin, dragon girls, and tiger girls? I lost the track of the conversation here. What are we talking about, Oni? You mean your favorite girls? Do you like dragon girls and tiger girls? Because those are pretty good. Okay, give me a second. I need to drink some water because my mouth is getting so dry. I can barely speak. Alright, let's continue. Who's next? Oh! Kitsunetsuki. They are human women who were possessed by Kitsune-bee and became monsters. Oh, wow. Oh. Their consciousness and memories are still preserved and they still look like humans, but the fox desire dwells within them, ruling their hearts and bodies. They experience small changes at first, such as an interest in sex, a preference for meat, and fried tofu. Fox girls, another friend's weakness. They are a very huge weakness to me too. I just love fluffy things and fluffy ears, and I need to touch all the fluffy. They had dirty thoughts. Okay. On the other hand, the shrine maidens of the Inari cult that worships Inari as gods sometimes have themselves changed into the Kitsunetsuki. Okay, just reading this to see if there's any more info. Those who had sex with men countless times and stored a vast amount of demonic energy, Joku like Kitsunetsuki have transformed into Joku, and Inari like Kitsunetsuki have transformed into Inari. Oh no, my fluffiness is in danger. Yeah, you better get fluffier so we can headbutt you a lot. Normal humans aren't able to see the spiritual ears. The only ones who can see them are the humans that the Kitsunetsuki has taken an interest into. So yeah, they are basically possessed girls by the spirit Kitsune. And once they gather enough energy, they will transform themselves into the other two Kitsune variants. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I guess I'm gonna put them next to the spiritual kitsunes because they're not fully fledged kitsunes themselves. Just possessed girls who became kitsune-ish. Protect the fluffy vixens, yeah. Next up is the Kobold. And remember, these kobolds are based on Japan, so they are not really the scaly ones. They tend to go to the fluffier variant. Beastman covered in fur with a petite body that widely inhabits various regions. They're harmless monsters that would not attack even if they spot a human. They have docile, friendly personalities, and they will recognize human men that strikes their fancy as their masters and accompany them, living together. So they are basically stray doggies that you adopt. Their thinking is mostly simple and instinctive, so when they want affection from their master, they will be upfront with their feelings and just snuggle up against him with their entire body. Just be careful because there are still monsters and they may get triggered by stuff and become lusty. Nyam, manly catman though. Still fluffy, I don't care. Catman, catgirl, still fluffy. They love their master's scent and they're gonna sniff you. Just like real doggos. Okay, you can have your own doggo and make them your wife if you're into that. I'm gonna put them here on. Wait, where did she go? No, don't go into the. You're pretty C, I think. Yeah, I think kobolds are C, and that should be good enough. They're more like pets than waifus are. Next up, it is the tentacle lady. Who are you? The Kraken. Ooh, we're going to big territory here. A type of Scylla that has the lower body like a squid. They live at the bottom of the ocean, rarely reveal themselves in front of humans. They have tremendous strength. Let's see, they are extremely calm, but they tend to be easygoing. They don't fuss over the details. Sometimes they drag an entire ship. A man is riding on under the water with a feeling of taking their partner by the hand and guiding him into the sea. Oh, she's so cute, but again, I'm just scared of getting drowned or anything underwater. And I know they may cast spells to make you breathe underwater, but I wouldn't put my entire lifeline on just some random magic. They can create ink and create darkness in the entire area around them. Glue their bodies together around their partner and have sticky, slimy sex. Interesting. A man who becomes their husband will end up spending his life indulging in their white, soft body while being gently embraced by their arms and tentacles at the bottom of the sea. The Kraken's inn is treated as a delicacy. Not only is it edible, it can also be a precious magical ingredient for magical items. Huh. I mean, she's cute and I like her design a lot, but again, I'm just scared of the ocean. I don't like not being able to breathe air. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna put it maybe in a not and go. Just because of that reason. They're more intelligent than the Caribbean, so they're maybe safer to deal with. Alright, who's next? Is it Krampus? Hey guys, have you been good boys and girls this year? Do you think you're gonna get some good gifts? Or maybe the Krampus will visit you and give you coal and something else. Let's see. They inhabit snowy lands. As the special day of the winter season approaches, they become very active and start to appear even in other places seeking human men. They are ferocious as their looks would suggest, and their speech and behavior are very violent too. Maybe the Kraken lady is scared of not breathing outside of water? Ever thought of that? Well, yeah, but if I'm if I'm on a boat, I wouldn't like to be dragged to the ocean at all. My internet died. What did I miss? You missed a lot of waifus. With the Kappa, the Karakasa-obake, Kesaran-pasaran, Kefir, Kikimora, Kitsunes, and Kobold and Kraken. You are in the Krampus now. They pin down their prey with their powerful bodies and do snooze with them. A Krampus will be wild but lost when she approaches before her prey. Oh yeah, very very rough, wild snooze. The source of their bestial lust drives comes from their strong desire to serve the men they fancy. They are an extremely devoted race who take joy in obediently supporting their husbands. Oh. So they wanna service their husbands, but they are too wild to actually express it. Alright. What else do we have here? The special day is a day set by these girls themselves as the day appropriate for offering all their body and soul to their husband. They make preparations for that day. Not only do they prepare to go and marry their husband, there are also cases where they make arrangements to welcome their husband into their own lair. Krampuses can be seen stuffing their prey into sacks and hauling them away on their shoulders. Oh, that's what the sack is for. They basically join you and take you to their nest. Interesting. There are many tales left behind on the sword which concern men who were hard to call good people being adopted by Krampuses, only to finally make a surprising return years later as fine men of characters alongside their kidnappers turned wives. Okay, so if you are being a bad boy, they're gonna join you, they're gonna marry you, and they're gonna turn you into a good man. Interesting. I mean, they're not bad at all, they're just hard to express their feelings, I guess. And that I can appreciate, so let's give them a B. They're still feral in nature and not really easy to deal with, but once you become a good boy or girl, you get a free waifu. A big one. Anyway, next up, it is the... Who are you, ninja? Kunoichi, huh. So it's a redemption arc character, yeah. A type of Sokibi who have undergone a peculiar development and live in villages called shinobi villages. They are scouts and spies, but those with plenty of experience are given missions of the greatest importance. Assassination mission. They don't actually take lives. No matter how fortified the castle, a Kunoichi on a mission can sneak into a bedroom without anyone noticing and have sex with the target. Ooh. Oh no. Ninjas are considered monsters. Meow. Yeah, but these are Kunoichi and they are basically Sokibai who are trained in the arts of ninjutsu. And they assassinate by having sex with their target. It's called assassination, I guess, because they use their ass, not because they kill. Go, ninja, go! The man will be so charmed by the Kunoichi, who is a monster, that he'll betray the anti-monster forces, switch to the monster side, and try to change the anti-monster territory to a monster-friendly territory from within. Ooh. If the target wasn't an important person, they will be taken back to the village, and for the sake of making more offspring. Interesting. Very interesting. Very sex ops. I like the design. They're pretty good. So they're not waifu max tier material, so a B seems fitting. B for Ninja Booba. Alright, moving on to the letter L with the Lamia. But you're not the Lamia. You are not a Lamia. What are you doing here? Give me one sec. Again, this decided to not show the pic. Let me fix that. Yes. Change the extension. There you go. They might mistake her as a living body pillow. That is true. Alright, Lamias. I guess they're pretty much the same Lamia you see everywhere else. Snake ladies, big booba, big scales. Cloaca. They're gonna entangle around their husband. They have powerful charm magic. There are men who strike their fancy are kidnapped and taken away to Lamia villages and will end up as their husbands. They molt at regular intervals and will shed and discard their skin of their lower body just like a snake. The lower half after that tip. Yeah, basically snake stuff, and you know what? I am all up for snake waifus. I don't know about you guys. They're always top tier in my books, so yeah. Those can easily be a solid A. Okay, now we can go to the actual not Lamia. Who are you? Large mouse. Let's see. Abyssman type monster that has a small body and the characteristics of a rat. They prefer dark and moist places. Once they find a human, the pack will carry out the assault together while scrambling to be the first to mate. Ooh, there's competition between them. The snake is very powerful, yeah. They occasionally appear in human settlements to steal food and abduct human men, who are necessary breeding partners. There's only one man per pack, so they learn to share, so there's no competition. Well, only competition for the first taste, I guess. Battle Royale. Okay. Just reading here. There's nothing else other than rat behavior, and they're gathering magic so they become more hornier. And that's basically it. Just a pack of rats that will steal men so they can reproduce. Good. They will steal their cheese, so I don't want them to steal my cheese. So maybe I know I shouldn't, however, seems fitting here. Anyway, next up. Oh, spicy. A lava golem. Lava tingled with demonic energy generates them. They have a ferocious temperament. They aggressively assault human men, swallowing them with their lava-like body and having a snoo. Their body is born from lava, and its properties can vary depending on color. Yeah, the redder it is, the hotter it is. Red hot parts are softer and harder than a human skin. This lava doesn't inflict burn wounds on humans. Oh, okay, that's amazing. I was worried there for a sec. Yeah, the man's abdomen will suddenly heat up when touching the red parts. And the flaccid state will become hard. Lava Girl sounds like a bad time. Yeah. They may be dangerous, but if they are chasing a partner, then the lava is not that dangerous. They're pretty hot. Achnactor. Okay, sex with them is multifaceted. Almost like lava is changing properties. Yeah, that's pretty much the nature of slimes. They're always changing and you can't tell what's going on. You just shoot your goo. There's a lot of more info about their hot body and whatnot. Their weak against water, so bring a bucket with you. When considerably a large amount of water is poured on them, their normally ferocity temporarily fades, and they even show a clingy attitude towards men. Sometimes they even inhabit snowy mountains, if there's a volcano there. A man who's freezing in a snowy mountain, their hot, soft body is warming to the body and soul, and will be even more attractive than usual. So yeah, stick your dick in lava and you'll be fine, guys, don't worry. I don't know, the guide says they're not dangerous and they're quite spicy, so I'm gonna put them on a B. Just because they're hot and steamy. And they embrace you. Next up is the Lianan Seed. It's a painter fairy, huh? Let's see. A type of fairy with a peculiar nature. Aside from living in places such as forests, among other fairy-type monsters, there are also many who change into human form and sleep into human settlements. They love works of art such as pictures, music, and stories, and will appear before the human creators of such works after being attracted by them. They have an extremely unique diet. They touch excellent works of art and feed on the energy dwelling within them. Oh, they eat art. They are very aggressive in romantic pursuits. And when one of them takes a liking to a work of art, she will be drawn to the human who created it, and will try to actively seduce him to become her lover. And embraces is all you really need. Yeah, that's pretty much. You get bonuses for sex and whatnot, but what matters is a good hug. Okay, so they love artists and they eat art. They will start to appreciate things such as sensual works of art as well. Do not tell these fairies about Rule 34. Nor Google. Man who has sex with a Lianan Seed has his creative abilities and talents for art skyrocket. Thanks to this power, most such men have become rich and famous. However, their minds gradually start twisting by the charm magic. Eventually, they can think of nothing other than her and producing works of art to give to her. Eventually, even the wealth and fame brought by their works will feel like an annoyance, and they will disappear and head off to the fairy kingdom with her. It is said that in the fairy kingdom, their life will consist of nothing but producing works of art and making love to her. It's a very interesting, happy ending, I guess. If you're an artist, this is pretty much what you want, I guess. Just draw art and have an artist waifu muse for you. But not sure if I like the part where you become obsessed with her, so maybe a B. Maybe a B. Also, you gotta make sure they like your art as well, so... Anyway, who's next? Oh. We have an undead lady here. Okay, it skipped one of them again. Let me see if I can fix this. It skipped the lesser succubus. Why did you do that? Stream. There you go. Let me put this here first. Lesser succubus. Let's see. No, don't go there. The early stage after a human woman transforms into a succubus by having mana flow into her body through sex with a succubus. They absorb essence through having sex with human men, sustaining themselves. Okay, so basically these are humans who became corrupted and started becoming like a succubus. So first of all, their lust and sexual sensitivity of their body skyrockets to an unbelievable level. Their human values crumble away, they drown in it, seeking men and pleasure with all their hearts. There is no known method to change a woman who has become a succubus back into a human. In the case that one's love ends up becoming a succubus, he should give up on saving her and just run away immediately. If not, he'll probably be taken by her to a monster run and be forced to frequently copulate with the bewitching, lustful demon that she has become for the rest of his life. Alright. I like succubi. I like most of the demon girls out there, so they're gonna rank pretty high because... Not exactly high because they're not fully fledged succubus, but... Maybe a B. Maybe a B. Yeah, B seems fine for them. Anyway, now we can remove this and move on to... the Lich. What are liches? You know what they are. They were pretty much spellcasters that renounced their life and became undead to continue their magical pursuits. They use various spells of necromancy, which reanimate corpses into undead servants. They rarely reveal themselves in front of other people. However, a human man is absolutely necessary for them as they replenish their magic power by taking in essence. Absolutely, yeah, they need the white good to keep on going. Even their own body is a material for experimentation and is imbued with various spells so that they can maximize the pleasure for themselves and their partners during sex. Nice. Very, very nice. And the pursuit of magic is just to get more pleasure, I guess. Yeah, maximum sensitivity spell, maximum lust spell, they know all those. Okay, there's more info here. However, while they do immensely enjoy the deep pleasure, they maintain enough composure to analyze sex, pleasure, and the effects of the spell they use. This is because they put their soul into a vessel called a phylactery, and they distance their soul from the pleasure and essence of their body receives. They can enjoy pleasure and maintain the capability for calm, objective thought, even right in the middle of sex with their partner. Alright. Who wants an undead waifu? I mean, they're better than regular zombies. So, I think because of their magic and loot spells and their high intelligence, they should be an A. I think they are way above many other monsters out there, so yeah. Good stuff. Okay, let's see who's next. Oh, another dragon cutie? Who are you? A Lilium. Oh, no, they're demons. This is a general term for the daughters of the Demon Lord, who possess both incredible magic power and beauty that captivates men and won't let them go. They have pale skin and white, pure hair. Also red eyes full of demonic energy. They are Demon Lord's light. They have the greatest powers of all succubi, but even if they don't use their power, for charm spells, almost all men would become their prisoners after only catching a glimpse of their visage. That is true, they're super, super cute. They have the power to rule over many men, but no matter what, their goal is the same as that of most monsters and their own mother. To find the one man they love the most. Oh, why are the demons the most wholesome species out there? That is not fair. They have the ability to cause human women to be reborn as any kind of monster through having sex. Ooh. Instant corruption. Alright. They are a symbol of Demon Lord's power. The more their numbers increase, it means the more sex the Demon Lord has had with her husband and the more vast the power she has built up becomes. Alright. They're way too wholesome. And I like that. I'm gonna have to put them on an A because they're better demons than her, I think. Even if they're direct descendants of the Demon Lord, I think the standard demon just is way better. And the devil. Alright, let's move on to our next girl, and that is double plant girl. Who are you? Alraune. A sudden mutational variant of the Alraune, with two woman bodies growing from the one flower. So they're basically conjoined the twins. The two women correspond with a stamen and pistil, and perhaps for that reason they seek one another. Their nectar is riper compared to that of an ordinary Alraune. Ooh. Yummy. They're basically just Alraune 2.0 literally, because there's two of them. In the man's absence, the two of them act as if they are in their own little world, focused on each other inside the flower petals. But whether a stamen or pistil, their true nature is that of a monster female. Each body has its own separate consciousness and thoughts, but since they're habitually having sex with their other half, sisterly sex also. But I lost the track of my thoughts just because of the Alabama moment there. They have full knowledge of one another's bodies and hearts, and they can vividly sense how their other half will attack a man's next. Absolute twin coordination, got it. They're unstable beings, oh no! Okay, I like them. They are very interesting. If you're into twins sex, I guess this is for you. And they are way better than the regular Alraune, I think. Where did I put the Alraune, by the way? It is here. So yeah, I guess an A should be better because they are an upgrade. Anyway, let's move on to Armor Lady. Who are you, cutie? Living armor. She has the form of a half-transparent female clad in armor. That's only how they look to their husband. Ooh. They appear when demonic energy duels within a lifeless armor. If they don't have an owner, they will attack men in pursuit of a husband in some cases, but for the most part they result from an armor that continued to fight along with its owner and sought power to protect its owner. Oh, wholesome armor. That ain't weird at all. No way. No, not at all. They are monsters, so that's normal, I guess. Yeah, if you had an old armor piece and you loved it a lot, then maybe become a living armor that will keep protecting you. You can also wear them, it says. When wearing them, one another's bodies will join together and essence and demonic energy will mix together, resulting in a sensation as if they have become one. On this occasion, there is no sensation of pleasure, but they both experience an uplifting feeling of security like that of an embrace. Yeah, you literally are being embraced by your own armor when you wear it. And of course, you can have sex with them if you wanted to. They possess a heart as solid as steel. Any sort of impact or stimulus from the outside will cause no change in their expression. But they have no defense against stimulation from their husband. Ooh. Interesting. I'm gonna get an armor, guys. And take good care of it until the day comes when they are animated. Still, A, B, A, B, A. Yeah. Wholesome armor that will protect you is worthy of an A tier. Next up is the living doll. Ooh. We're starting Rose and Maiden here. Let's see. Strong sentiment that builds up in dolls that were mistreated or thrown away infuses with demonic energy, causing them to become to life. Ooh, take good care of your toys, guys, or else they're gonna come back for you. They have a strong obsession with being loved and treated importantly by their owners. They don't just assault the men they like, and as other monsters do. They sometimes pretend to be an ordinary doll, and many men have taken them home after being captivated by their charms. Long-time exposure to these dolls will cause the human to be charmed by them, and eventually, by the time they reveal their true form of an attack, the man will already be deeply in love and he'll be helpless to receive sex with them. Yeah, there are sex dolls now. Monkas. Even if they try to discard the dolls and break them into pieces at night, they will return to him in their original beautiful state and get back on top of his hips, sipping essence. You can't get rid of your sex doll guys. They'll be there with you forever. Oh, they also target girls too, because girls like dolls as well. And if the demonic energy seeps into girls, they'll eventually change into succubus too. So that's a little bit dangerous for women. Okay, not only the starved for attention dolls will become like that, but also the ones that were actually loved, even if they get enough demonic energy, they will also become living dolls. And in that case, they'll become more lovely to their owners. I mean, they're very simple creatures, so they're kinda dangerous, but maybe a C, because they're cute, you know? You know you shouldn't, however, that's a chance you shouldn't miss. Anyway, next up is the lizard lady. Who are you? Lizard man. A monster with lizard-like characteristics that inhabit caves. Most of them excel in physical abilities. They are warriors able to master using a variety of weapons, so they are a warrior race. They have aggressive personalities, but they basically don't attack human men. However, if they meet a human that is a warrior like them, then that's another story. They'll request a battle to try their skills. Even if one loses the battle, they won't take his life or anything like that. But if one beats them, they would request marriage on the spot. Ooh. I like how most of these warrior races are. You beat me, now we're officially married. If one were to refuse, they probably just keep chasing after him and bugging him for a long time until they agree. If one were to still refuse even after that, then they get sick of waiting and move into action. Oh no! They try to tempt him, assault him, and have sex with him, even though they devote their lives to martial arts as monsters are monsters. They know how to handle their lower sword too. And if a man still won't consent even after that, then there is no limit to the extreme to which they will go until a man does feel like it. Okay, after obtaining a husband, they will come to strongly decide to give birth to their husband's children. For them, it's their strong instinctive desire to be pregnant by their husband. Alright. Warrior race, strong waifus, if you're into them, sure, and they won't kill you. They're not. I'm not a fighter, again. But at least, they're noble, they're good girls, so maybe a C. C for cuties. Alright, you know what, we already made a lot of progress tonight, so maybe we should leave it like this. And we can continue with the M and the rest of the letters next week. What do you guys think? Here's the list so far. We made a lot of progress, and still a lot more to go. But at least we got another on the S tier, so that's a huge achievement. Let me check. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 26, 39, 42, 55. No. I can't do math tonight. Give me a sec. 39, 52, 65, 78. Well, I have like about 80 more to go. A fine collection, Jit. Thank you. Thank you, that's a lot of waifus. We have a lot more to do, but yeah, I'm gonna save this pic later and upload it on Twitter if you guys wanna check it. And thank you, music, for your amazing beat. Kept me going for the night. So yeah, thank you guys for coming tonight. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun tonight. And maybe tomorrow I'll be playing Multiverse because the alpha is out and I wanna try it. I haven't played it yet, so it's gonna be a very fun experience. Fun stream, thank you, I'm glad you liked it. And with that, you guys take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.